With update 1 of Season 5, we got Puma clothing in TDU SC. And to celebrate the partnership, we have a new live event, which is a Puma Go Wild live event. And it looks like it's a pretty cool live event until we actually take a look at the races. On top of that, we also get some nice rewards, a pair of sneakers and a nice shirt, and also 200,000 credits, but 150 points to complete this live event. Quite a lot. And there's a couple of things to notice when you take a look at the races. First of all, every race is about BMW, which is fine. BMW and Puma specifically has been introduced with the BMW M4, so I think this is fine. The main problem I have, however, is that most of the races are for the M4 competition. And when I say most of the races, I mean 2, because in total there's actually 4 races in this live event, which is really weird, especially since it says that there's 5. There's actually only 4, 1 on Ibiza and 3 on Hong Kong. I don't know how they missed one race, but looking at the map, it's just not here. And when you look at the custom, you can see live events 3, and then there's only 1 on Ibiza. So yeah, pretty weird there. Maybe it's a bug for me, I don't know, but definitely weird. And what's even weirder is the fact that you can only drive the M4 competition in these races, but not the M4 competition Freedom Rush. And yeah, this is the new car in the bundle, and I'd have really expected to be able to drive the car with that Puma livery in one of these races, but apparently you just can't. So because of that, I'm taking the new BMW M4 competition Freedom Rush out for a drive and maybe have some fun with some races instead of doing the live event races and having to buy the M4 competition because I don't have it, and I paid some real hard-earned money to actually buy this car, and I put the livery on to actually celebrate Puma. You may ask why I bought this car. Well, it's because of this. Yeah, completely different exhaust. I think this is a great addition, as I said in my other video about the new update 1. I think this is a great addition. All of these cars are actually great additions. The GTR and the F-150, probably, I don't know about the F-150, but I mean, this exhaust sounds really nice. Anyway, without any more delays, let's get on to some races with this car and let's see what this is all about. Okay, and I'm gonna start off with a race I've never done before. Actually, it doesn't say much because that doesn't say a lot because there's a lot of races on Hong Kong Island I haven't done. Maybe on Ibiza I've done more because there aren't a lot of races, but on Hong Kong there's quite a lot and I haven't done many of them, so it doesn't really matter. I thought this was really interesting because it's for any stock supercar under 650 BR, and I think this is great. Variety of competitors and amazing cars to choose from, and this is actually 636 BR, so I think this is an ideal car, maybe even the best car for this race in particular. And yeah, immediately I love this car, honestly. I've been wanting to buy the M4 competition for quite some time. I think it's a nice car in real life. I quite like it. But it never really sounded that great to me. And the moment they added this car, I knew I had to buy it. I knew. Because it sounds so good compared to the normal M4. And as I said, I think they've done a good job. I said it in my update 1 thoughts and review, and I'm seeing it now again. And again, driving this car is also really cool. I think it's a nice car to drive, handles pretty well. But man, that sound, that's the reason you want one of these cars, right? this is the cool car with the cool thing with all of the engine cars. That sound, that amazing sound. And this is why I'm so hyped for Pagani, for example. We're only getting the Huayra, but it's nice at least. We're at least getting a Pagani 1.5 years into this game, but oh well. And this still seems to be pretty close. Now I don't think it's gonna be close anymore because those guys take slow corners very, very poorly. So yeah, AI not great there, but generally they looked to be competitive. So yeah, that's really nice for me, I guess. Absolutely smashing them. 8 seconds already, 7.5, I guess. And the Puma partnership in TDU SC. I think this is really cool. It's nice to have clothing of an official brand and one of the most popular and one of the most well-known brands for clothing and shoes, and I think this is really cool to have this partnership. And yeah, I can't wait for future clothes, and it's really nice because it's a lifestyle game after all, right? So I think this is really, really cool to have clothing from a known brand. So anyway, easy win. I'm gonna imagine this is a live event win, so we get 10 points or whatever and 22,000. I didn't even see what we actually got us. Oh, there we... actually we get more than a live event, so that's really funny. Unless you grind that 200,000, it's really not worth it to play a live event instead of one of these races. Anyway, I think that was too short, so let's go for another one. Okay, and immediately when you look at the competition I have this time around, you can definitely see I'm gonna have a harder race with, I don't know, the GT Black Series, the Huracan, the A12. Yeah, that's because I entered once again a supercar only race, because there's obviously hypercar races as well. Supercar, hypercar, I mean. But this time it's max 750 PR. And I think this is gonna be way harder than the last one because obviously it's kind of a different class. I mean, look at this. You have an R8, you have the Ford GT, you have way more competitive cars here. Definitely more competitive than the M4, and this is a stock M4 as I don't really tune my cars. Although I could see people tuning this car and it would be absolutely fine for me because this is already a tuned car with a different exhaust, right? So I would understand. This is one of those cars in which I would understand if you wanted to tune it and make it like really powerful M4, like an 800, 900 PR M4. I think that's really cool. Obviously you have that spoiler, you have the different exhaust. So yeah, really cool there. And it looks like I may not win this race after all. That R8 is really quick around these medium speed corners and I don't know how I'm gonna win it. But yeah, I'll try my best as usual. And a thing I wanted to mention about this car, which I haven't mentioned in that update 1 review, is the inside sound inside the car, in first person specifically. And I think this might be one of the best first person sounds in this game. Because usually cars in first person in this game don't sound that great, honestly. But I think they kind of did it pretty well with this one. So I really have to appreciate it. Maybe it's also because of the exhaust, but for example, if you play something like the LaFerrari, which has a V12, it should sound like crazy, or the Aventador SVJ, also a V12. They don't sound great, honestly. They really don't sound great. And this is quite a shame because I think they should sound way more they should be way more powerful sounds, right, than they actually are. So, as I said, it's really a bit of a shame because they don't do those cars justice for their actual sounds and how cool they are. The SVJ has to be one of the best sounding cars ever. So yeah, but I think they've done a pretty good job with this one. I really think they sound pretty well. I'm not gonna go into that first person again because I'm gonna try to win this race, and I'm a terrible driver in first person, especially because I'm on a keyboard. And yeah, I was gonna say I put that guy into a barrier, but it's fine. It's fine. Wow, this was a really close race, and that third guy is still close, and this guy is getting close. This guy is also getting really close. Oh wow, this is gonna be neck and neck. No, am I actually? I won. I won. I blocked him. I'm sorry. I played dirty, but I blocked him and I won. Wow. This was a really close race. I mean, the last guy finished in 9 seconds after me, and what, the sixth guy I think finished like 2 seconds or 2.5 seconds after me. That was insane. That was a close race. Wow. That was quite amazing. That was a really fun race. Really fun race. And with a car that sounds like this, man. The M4 competition Freedom Rush. I think it's a really nice addition. But yeah, the more important thing about this is the Puma partnership. And yeah, as I said, I think it's great that they've added Puma to the game and that we now have Puma clothing. I think it's really nice, really good for that lifestyle, and I really look forward to having more sneakers, shoes, and all pieces of clothing from Puma, because it's one of the most highly regarded brands for clothing. And yeah, for this lifestyle, it's really cool. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below about Puma and about the addition of Puma. Amazing for TDU, as I said, for that lifestyle, which is what TDU is all about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.